Shall I start with the question? Do you remember what happened last month?
Last month?
Tell me about the news that you know about.
Last month?
Yes.
I just let me guess.
Some people, I guess, I have launched a new brand.
No.
Maybe they.
The war? No, Ukraine.
No, I hate talking about politics. I'm not going to talk about the war between Russia and Ukraine. What else?
We finished 6
No, think about the weather.
The weather? Ah, yeah, the weather was
Changing. Yes,
factual.
the weather was changing, and it was like in April. The weather used to be like sunny, and it used to be hot. But last April.
Last April.
April, yes.
April.
Last April, it was raining, and it was like the wind was blowing in many places. So actually, not only in Syria. 1 month into mid 2021, we have seen many extreme disasters all around the world. Actually, it started with the Canadian heat wave, and it continued to the end of June in 2021. Then we heard the news from some parts of Germany and Belgium stricken with flood. Okay. So I'm your presenter today. My name is Ammar. I'm 16 years old. I'm studying at school, 11th grade. Tomorrow I have physics exam, so yes, thank you. My topic today is global warming. What is global warming? What do you know about it? Do you know information?
when the temperature of the earth is going up.
Yes.
Going up.
It's going up, yes.
Okay.
Differences in the climate, especially in the climate.
Yes, it's the gradual increase of the Earth, okay, of the average temperature of the Earth surface or the Earth atmosphere, you can say, and evidence for changing the climate system is that widespread melting ice and snow, like this, like the glaciers are disappearing. I will talk about the effects of global warming, and also rising sea levels, we can say. Let's talk about the causes of global warming. What causes global warming? What do you think? Yes.
The gas comes from the plane when they travel from a country to another country for very high.
What do we call these gases?
Chlorofluorocarbon.
Yes, in general, all the gases.
Pollution.
Pollution, yeah, in general. Actually, the main cause is greenhouse gases. Okay? Yes, we call them greenhouse gases. And the global warming occurs or happens when carbon dioxide, which is CO2, and methane, which is CH4. Okay, and other pollutants, they are like nitrous oxide in O2 or water vapor. Do you know it? Water vapor. For example, when someone wants to make coffee, you put the water on the gas, and when it boils, yeah, this steam, we call it water vapor. Yeah, and we're talking about these pollutants with carbon dioxide. These collect together in the atmosphere. Imagine the atmosphere of the Earth like this. Collect together in the atmosphere of the Earth and absorb sunlight and solar radiation. This radiation that bounces off the Earth's surface, this radiation will escape into space like this. This radiation comes to the Earth's surface and then will escape into space. These pollutants that I talk about it, like CO2 and nitrous oxide, methane, stay in the atmosphere, and they can last for years to centuries in the atmosphere. And after that, they trap the heat and to trap the heat into the earth and make it hotter. Okay, this is global warming. Okay, and these heat trapping pollutants are known as greenhouse gases, and their impact on the environment is called the greenhouse effect. Okay, this is about number one, which is greenhouse gases. The second one is climate change. But before we talk about climate change, let me just clarify the idea. Some people don't know the differences or the difference between the climate change and global warming. Global warming, the gradual increase of the average Earth surface temperature, but climate change is the long-term change in global weather pattern. Okay, this is about it. But curbing serious climate change needs many or a lot of deep cuts in carbon emissions. Okay, and we should use the alternatives, some alternatives to fossil fuels. As you can say, solar power, wind power, these things. The good news is, I have good news that some countries around the world have formally committed as part of the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement to lower their emissions by putting in new standards and introducing new policies to meet or even exceed these standards of carbon emissions. Okay, but the not so good news is that we're not working fast enough to avoid the most dangerous consequences of climate change. What do scientists tell us? Scientists tell us that we need to reduce carbon emissions as much as possible, like by 40% by 2030. For that to happen, many communities and all the people on the globe must take immediate steps to avoid it. Let's talk about the other effects of global warming. What do you think?
Makes the ground drainage.
Draining? You mean like this droughts? Really?
Yes.
Yes. What else?
The ice on the top of the bowl of the
North Pole?
from the north and the south.
Ah,
the ice
yes.
will like
The South Pole and the North Pole.
Yes.
Yes.
they will
Melt.
be over.
Yes. And what else?
High temperature.
Yes. Increasing the average
can
temperature.
harm the
Maybe
Yes.
some kind of animals are going to disappear. Maybe.
Yes.
Because they're
Like extinction. Yes. And each year, scientists learn more about the harmful consequences of global warming. Okay, and each year we get some new evidence of its devastating like impacts on people or on the planet. The disasters, we have the disasters, like you can say floods, disappearing glaciers, okay, like these things, and these we call them disasters are becoming more frequent and more intense. And if we are unable to reduce our emissions, if we are unable to reduce them, unfortunately, climate change will enforce 100 million people into poverty, and it will cause the deaths of 250,000 people every year. Imagine this huge number. People are dying and people into poverty because of just climate change. We're not taking care of our environment. Okay, and people are suffering a lot, and death tolls rise. Do you know death tolls? Like the mortality. Like the number
Tolls.
Yes, tolls.
Yes.
The number of people who are dying.
Yeah.
Yes, and I will talk about the consequences or the effects in details. Disappearing glaciers, early snowmelt, and very severe droughts will lead to more dramatic water shortage, and it may continue to increase the risk of wildfires. Like this, like fires in the forest, jungles. Rising sea levels will lead to even more coastal flooding, especially Florida. You know Florida?
Yes.
Yes, it's like in the eastern seaboard, and also the Gulf of Mexico.
And England also would be immersed.
Yes, these coasts. Farms, forests, and cities will face like more disasters, like downpours or flooding or pests. Okay, and shall I talk about the?
You need to finish the presentation.
Yes, I'm finished. Some countries, allergies and asthma and these infectious diseases will become more frequent and more common. Because of what? Because of the high level of pollen producing granular, and the higher amount of air pollution. In the end, we're gonna suggest some new solutions to this serious phenomenon on our planet. What do you recommend?
Use alternative energies.
Yes.
Plant trees.
Plant trees, yes, it's really useful. Simply, we can, if you just change regular light bulb with another compact fluorescent one, you will save 150 pounds of carbon dioxide. You can also drive less. Instead of driving, you can just do something else.
We are doing this now.
Yes,
We have
to. You can buy, or you can walk, or carpool, like share cars with your relatives.
We do
And you can recycle more. If you just, you will save 2,400 pounds of carbon dioxide if you just recycle half of your household waste. It's very useful for the environment. Use less hot water. Maybe some people hate this, but actually if you need to save the energy, because heating water takes a lot of energy. So you can just take simply shorter and cooler showers, or you can even wash your clothes in cold water or warm water instead of hot water, and you can save 500 pounds of carbon dioxide. Adjusting your thermomast. Just if you adjust your thermomast down 2 degrees in winter and up 2 degrees in summer, you will save 2,000 of carbon dioxide. And you can plant a tree, as Nash said, because every single tree can absorb 1 ton of carbon dioxide in its lifetime. That was my presentation. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.